Before her final hearing, Maya Reynolds made a request that left the room silent. She didn't ask for a call, a visitor, or mercy. She calmly said, "I just want to see Atlas, my German shepherd." For a moment, no one spoke. Maya had spent 7 years locked away, labeled guilty by paperwork that never asked questions twice. 7 years of appeals denied. 7 years of learning how to sit still while the world decided who she was without listening. Atlas had been taken from her life the night everything fell apart, before the arrest, before the trial. Before the headlines, Atlas had been her partner. A trained search and rescue dog, working beside her through storms, collapsed buildings, and long nights when hope was thin. He had followed her voice without hesitation, trusted her instincts, and slept at her feet when the work was done. Then one night, Maya was gone. Atlas never understood why. Animals weren't allowed inside the facility, especially not on a day like this. But Maya's record was spotless. No incidents, no trouble. And buried deep in her file was a line most had ignored. Handler reports K9 shows advanced alert behavior and unusual accuracy. After a long pause, the warden finally said, 10 minutes. Yard only. Maya closed her eyes. 10 minutes was enough. The yard gate creaked open and the cold air rushed in. Maya stepped forward, her hands shaking despite her calm posture. Her heart beat so loudly she was sure everyone could hear it. Then she saw him, Atlas, older now, his muzzle dusted with gray. But the moment their eyes met, time collapsed. Atlas froze. Then he ran. Maya dropped to her knees just as he reached her, pressing his weight into her chest, whining softly as if trying to make up for 7 lost years all at once. She wrapped her arms around his neck, breathing in the familiar scent of fur and dust and something that felt like home. For a moment, there were no walls, no guards, no future waiting to be decided. Just a woman and the one being who had never doubted her. Then Atlas went still. His body stiffened beneath her hands. His ears shifted, his tail stopped mid-wag. Atlas slowly turned his head. Maya felt it instantly. He wasn't looking at her anymore. He was staring at a man standing near the fence officer Blake, someone Maya recognized all too well. A name she had heard countless times during her trial. A man whose reports had helped seal her fate. Atlas stepped forward, not aggressively, not wildly. He positioned himself between Maya and the officer, his posture calm but unyielding. A low sound vibrated in his chest, not a warning but a signal. Maya whispered, "He only does that when something isn't right." A guard frowned. "That's not agitation," he said quietly. "That's an alert." Officer Blake shifted his weight, clearing his throat. "Dogs react to stress," he said sharply, but Atlas didn't move. The warden stepped closer. "Maya," she asked carefully, "has Atlas ever been wrong?" Maya swallowed. "Not once," she said. "He alerted like this during a rescue years ago. Turned out the person giving directions wasn't telling the truth. The yard felt suddenly smaller." One officer spoke hesitantly. "Sir..." Blake's presence at the original scene was never officially logged. The silence that followed was heavier than any locked door. What started as a pause became a review. What became a review turned into a reopening. Records were pulled. Timelines compared. Small inconsistencies once ignored began stacking up. Reports had been rushed. Statements adjusted. Critical details missing. By sunset, the confidence in the old verdict was gone. That night, Maya's final hearing was postponed. By morning, the truth had surfaced. Weeks later, the gates opened again. This time not to confine but to release. Maya stepped into the sunlight with no restraints, no guards beside her, and no labels left to carry. Her eyes searched the distance. Atlas was waiting. She dropped to her knees, laughing and crying at once, pressing her forehead against his as his tail wagged slowly, steadily certain as it always had been. "You remembered," she whispered. Atlas leaned into her. He always had. Because sometimes the truth doesn't come from authority or files or loud voices. Sometimes it comes from loyalty that refuses to forget.